Hello to all my artsy friends. If you're looking for religious Easter decorations, you are in the right place. These are so elegant and are easy to make and budget friendly. Let's get started on the first one, which is a gorgeous Easter wreath. We're going to start with a hoop and wrap it with some Dollar Tree nautical rope. You won't need to go all the way around because we will use some florals on the empty area. For the florals, I stuck them down with glue, but also added some Dollar Tree floral wire to make sure they were extra secure. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Maria and welcome to Artsy Cupcake. If you're liking this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps my channel out and I just appreciate your support so much. I post every Friday, but sometimes I do a bonus video in the middle of the week. So if you also click the notification bell, that will ensure that you don't miss any new budget-friendly home decor and crafting videos. Now, if you're not into religious decorations for Easter, I have you covered because I already did some bunny-inspired crafts, and I will link that video in the description box for you. And I do have a few more of those to come. I really wanted to celebrate the Easter holiday, and I'm going to add a cross to this wreath. To make the cross, I am taking 4 large craft sticks and using my miter shears to cut the round ends. I sanded the ends and then added a few pieces on the back to make sure everything stayed aligned and didn't bow too much. I gave that a coat of white paint, and now I'm going to use this, what is this called? My friend told me what this is called and now I'm forgetting the name. I found it at Dollar Tree around Christmas time and I'm forming it into a small crown. Okay, so the hot glue did not work very well here on these two materials, so I'm going to try this Starbond glue, which I heard about from my friend Lori over at Lori Blvd DIY. This got tacky pretty quickly and seems to have done the job well. I attached this to the cross and I think it just looks so beautiful. I cleaned up any stray pieces from the rope and then decided where to place the cross on the wreath. This is actually a pizza pan from Dollar Tree that we are upcycling from another project. I already spray painted the back of it white, and now I'm measuring so I can make this. I chose this kind of sage green color so it would tie in with the wreath that we already made. If you were to come into my home, you would notice all the furniture is a deep brown, and then we have gray accents like the couches and some chairs. Even our cat's coats are neutrals, so everything in our house just ties together. So since my home is neutral colors, that means when it's time to decorate for the holidays, I am free to use whatever colors that I want since they won't clash with our home decor. So since I like a consistent color scheme, I always like to do something with my seasonal crafts that tie them together. It might be that they're all in the same color palette or use similar materials or a combination of both. So I'm going to mix up a grayish color here. This is mostly white with a touch of black and a touch of brown. If you're familiar with my design aesthetic, I always like a clean look to my crafts. So I wanted to do a little bit of a wood texture here. As you can see, it's a really subtle wood texture. It's not too contrasty. I used some Super 77 to stick that printable down, and then I glued some Dollar Tree nautical rope to the edges. I grabbed my trusty Dollar Tree mop head and pulled out a couple more strings from that to create a white border around the sign. Now I want to add a cross to the sign, and we'll be using these wooden blocks that are actually from a mini game of Jenga. I glued these together and gave this a couple coats of white paint. Now we're using the microfiber cloth, which can be found in the automotive section at Dollar Tree. And well, you can probably guess where I'm going with this. I want to drape it over the cross. The placement of a white cloth on the cross on Easter Sunday represents purity and wholeness of Christ's resurrection. You may also notice a use of lilies on Easter, and this is because they symbolize purity and new life as well. Now, I always tend to stop my crafts before they go too far because it's really easy to take it a little too far with embellishments sometimes, and then it could look overly done. So I always take a step back right when I'm in the middle of it and ask myself, is this enough trim? Should I stop here? I usually play it on the safe side and stop before it's gone too far. So I did wonder on this piece if it needed a bow, but I like the round shape and I don't want to take away from that by adding a bow to the top. In this case, because I have the three-dimensional cross, I think that adds enough dimension to this, so I'm going to leave the bow off. I added a little raised dot sticker that I had painted white, and that will make the cross elevated at the same height as the top of it. saw this small wooden tray at Dollar Tree and gave it a coat of white spray paint primer as a base. Then I used the same grayish color that we had mixed up earlier, and I'm painting the whole tray in this color. We are going to make this into kind of like a prayer bowl. If you've never heard of those, they are small bowls where you can put a piece of paper with your prayer request. And I am going to add these printables to the blog, which will be available as a free download on artsycupcake.com. I put a light coat of Super 77 on the printable, and then I laid it down on the tray and smoothed it out. I added some of that nautical rope to the edges with a little bit of hot glue. I had these wooden balls. I think I got them on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure that you can find something similar at Dollar Tree in their craft section. If you can't find these, I think that ping pong balls would work really well for this too. Prayer bowls typically have little pieces of paper next to them so that you can write your prayers and fold them up and put them in the bowl. We're kind of doing a prayer tray here instead of a bowl, but similar concept. So I did create these prayer cards to match the tray. I think having this out any time of the year is nice, or adding it to the dinner table for Easter would be a great activity for everyone to take a prayer home with them. I hope you were inspired to make one or more of these Easter DIYs. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing so you can be part of this uplifting community. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a creative day. Bye!